Hi, hello, how are you? And welcome to another video. So, first of all, let me just say I either messed up my audio or people are finally picking up that I talk a little quiet. And maybe I'm just used to it because when I play my videos on my computer, I'm like, oh, that's loud enough. But I don't think it is. And I've been thinking that. And so I'm going to try. I'm messing with audio settings, but I'm also going to try to intentionally talk louder. So, obviously, comment down below how much you love the video. I'm just kidding. Comment honestly. But also, if you have anything about my audio other than like popping or breathing sounds, I'm trying to figure out a good placement for my mic because it's a headset where my voice is clear, but I'm not picking up like aspiration and things like that. So I hear those things when I edit my audio. So I'm not really worried about whether you hear them because I know I'm working on it. But volume, things like that. But anyway, let's jump into this. I built a freaking yacht, guys. I Okay, so I sat down and I told my boyfriend, I'm like, I'm gonna build a yacht in The Sims. And I was like ready. I was inspired. I was cocky. I had a water lot. I was ready to go. Sapphire Shores, the horizon was mine. But then I saved like a million yacht photos to my Pinterest and I was looking at all these yacht pictures and I was like, okay, I've kind of got this. I'm gonna have to play with roofs to make the front of the boat. But like a cap like all caps, but I've got this. But guess what? Your girl didn't have this because this was a freaking struggle. And I don't know if you can tell in my like 2,500% sped up video or not, or however much I sped it up. But I had the worst time making this thing look like a boat. And I would like work on it for like an hour. I'd turn to my boyfriend. I'd be like, does this look like a boat? And he'd be like, no. And I'd be like, you could support me a little. And then I'd be like, no, you're right. It doesn't look like a boat. And it kept getting where I was like, I kept lengthening the build. And I was like, you know what? The longer this gets, the more it looks like a boat. Like, not time wise, but the actual length of the building. But I think it looks kind of like a boat now. I spent like 5 hours on it, but it's here and it's a boat. And I play tested it. Props to me because I never play test anything. I just get too excited about building and then I'm like, someone will figure it out. That's not my actual mentality. I just never remember to play test things. I barely remember to put them on the gallery. So bear with me. Love me, please. Um, but yeah, I actually play tested it, and so you might notice if you download this build on the gallery, that there are things in the lot I am uploading that are not in the video. For instance, I did add more, just a tiny bit more clutter in places, and I also went through. There were some things in the original thing that you're watching right now that I didn't account for. So one thing that I really wanted to include in my yacht, and I saw it on a picture of one particular yacht, and what it was is the back end of the yacht was open, so you can like blissfully lean over the railing into the sun, that kind of thing. And and but it was a picture of this yacht at night and then the back's open and then in this room that's covered but open, exposed to the sea, was a pool, and the pool was glowing blue. And I didn't actually change the lights because I had so much trouble making this quote unquote pool, which is actually technically just a hole in the bottom of my boat. So we have a pool, but it's more realistically like the Sapphire here crashed into that reef behind it. Whoever mans this boat, and I did actually make a sim for this boat, and I'll talk about him in a second, not the best driver. Because, A, don't you know you don't drive big boats, or really any boats, around reefs because they kind of like, scrape the bottom up and stuff. But anywho, there is a pool in quotes because you can't actually put like a pool in the water lot, and so I just made a hole in the thing, and I was like, "There's water here." I ended up having to add a ladder there to make it so your sim can get in and out, and I had to add a ladder to this little side outcrop. And I know you're probably thinking, "What is that? Why is there a hole in the side of the boat with no railing?" And well, it doesn't necessarily translate in The Sims. I mean, it does, but you can't tell what I'm basing it off of, I don't think. Is I saw a picture of a rather large yacht. And this yacht was like crazy expensive, obviously. Some of the funny thing is if you look up yacht or luxury boat or anything related on Pinterest, you get a lot of listings to buy them, and it just kind of breaks your little heart. You're like, I don't have that money. And so I saw one, and what it had was on the sides were these little moments like that where the side of the boat had a hinge and it folded open. So you had like these sunbathing platforms that you could have just floating out when you were anchored. I hope. I don't think you could use that while you were going because the water was flushed up. I don't know. There's no railing. What if you fell? But anyway, so that's what that is, and that's why that's there. And I ended up attaching a ladder there so you could get on the boat, which I didn't like because I thought it was cool to just be like completely disconnected. Even when I added the dock, I didn't connect the dock to the boat. But in the end, it was kind of essential that your sim be able to get up on the boat to use the boat. And I was originally going to make this quite an affair as far as like rooms and things. I was like, you know what, we're here to party. We're ready to go. Yacht time, right? But as I was going, I realized that there was no kitchen, and this is technically a residence. So I had to scoop out some of my bedroom areas and make a kitchen, which I do like. I like my little kitchen, but I thought it would have been cool to have more bedrooms. But there are 3 bedrooms. There's a big master suite, with a walk-in closet and everything. So if you want to get a little more space, you can do a little shuffle, and add a little bit more bedroom space where that with the space I took up to make that walk-in closet. It was just a little awkward corner, and so I just secluded it off for some clutter. But there's 2 small rooms that just contain a bed and like a nightstand or a dresser. Because what I'm thinking is whoever owns the yacht, the main man kind of thing, they would have a proper room, but everybody else is just kind of bunking the rest of the time. Do you think anyone's hanging out in their room on a yacht? No, they're on the deck. They're in the movie theater that I added in here. They're having a dinner party on the deck. They're swimming in the pool. They're jet skiing around. They're having a time, a fun time. And in Sulani, you know what you're not doing? Spending a bunch of time in your house. So I wasn't that worried about small bedrooms or less bedrooms because that's still 4 Sims at the least. And if you want to cram in more bedrooms, there's certainly space because in the top deck, like the very top deck, I just made it a seating area, just a fun place. But that could be turned into some kind of lofted suite or something, which, by the way, I was so mad I kicked myself. I spent so much time on the lower deck trying to get this boat shape. And I had those ladders planned from the get go because so many yachts that you look at, you see pictures, the back is open and then there's a staircase on either side going up to the whatever the next deck is. So I knew immediately from the start that I was going to do those twin staircases on the back first floor of the deck. But then I got to the whole like second deck and then the third deck, and you know what? I completely forgot. I forgot stairs. And I was like, nobody can get up here. And I'd already spent so much time on like details using the roof tool to make curved things and all these details. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put a staircase in the middle. And I would have rather had twin staircases on that level as well. But I kind of like the flow of it. So it's not just staircase, staircase, staircase. So you walk up a staircase and then there's movement flow toward another walkway. And I did leave walkways on the outside. There's a lot of open air space on this yacht. So basically, if it rains, you're going to want to get off the deck. But I mean, that's how boats are. You're not exactly taking the yacht out for a luxury sail in a thunderstorm or a monsoon or anything. So the more I was actually going for a lot of deck space, to be honest. Also, on that top little deck, I used a glass roof to make this kind of window um accent moment thing. I don't know how to describe the top of it. I don't know yachts. All I can tell you is I built this one, and while I am not exactly enthused, like this isn't exactly what I pictured, but it does look like a boat and it does function. And my Sims aren't dying when I play with them in it. So I'm going to consider that a win. But anyway, I did not make it so that the room extended into that glass roofed area. So you could create like a little secret moment there or do whatever you want. Honestly, there's so many options for that little space. But I just put windows on it. So whatever you want to do. If you do create something with that little space, I want to see it because I was like, you could use some of the like various decorative objects to create kind of a wheel room. You could do, I don't know, there's so many things. You could create a panic room. tint that glass. I don't know what your Sims need in their lives, but that's an option. But anyway, the screenshots are rolling through. So I'm going to let you go. Please let me know if this is better, louder audio for you, or like whatever you're feeling. I don't know. But anyway, don't forget to like if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I mean, heck, while you're at it, hit the bell. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.